Hi, St. John's. Many years ago, I had the chance to attend a church just a couple of times with a friend of mine from college, and this was his home church. And what I found interesting is that the pastor apparently preached on the subject of grace every single Sunday. And when asked about it, he said that the reason he preaches on grace is because he finds that by the next Sunday, the congregation has already forgotten the message. That grace is one of those things that you have to keep bringing to the forefront of people's minds and hearts. Otherwise, we forget it. I thought that was really interesting, especially when you think about the tendency that we have as Christians to default sometimes to an understanding of God as a judging God. Someone once described the difference between mercy and grace this way: that mercy is not getting what you do deserve, and grace is getting what you don't deserve. Think about that for a moment. That mercy is not getting what you do deserve, but grace is getting what you don't deserve. And I want us to just think about that this Christmas as we come to the focal point of our season where Jesus comes into the world, to think about what is the purpose that Jesus came with. Was it vengeance? Was it to bring accusation and judgment? Or was it to bring something very different? And I want to just share this passage with you today. This comes from Luke chapter 4. And what we find is that right after Jesus was baptized and then went into the wilderness to be tempted, the first thing he does is he returns to Nazareth, and we're told that he goes to a synagogue. And while he's sitting there in this hometown, they hand him, he's the lector for that day, they hand him the scroll of the prophet Isaiah to read from. And he opens the scroll, and what he reads becomes known in the church as his mission statement. But there's something really interesting in this that I want to point out to you. So this is what Jesus reads. It's his prerogative, what he chooses to read from this scroll. So he picks it up, opens to Isaiah chapter 61, and he reads this. He reads, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he has anointed me to preach good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim freedom for the prisoners and recovery of sight for the blind, to release the oppressed, and to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor." And that's where he ends. And he rolls the scroll back up and he sits down. And then he tells everyone that today this scripture has been fulfilled in your hearing, essentially saying, I'm the one that's here to do all of this. So it's his mission statement. What's really, really interesting is that this passage that he quotes from chapter 61 of Isaiah, actually in the book of Isaiah, the very next verse, Jesus ends with, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor. The very next part of that verse, it's not even a new verse, it's a continuation of the verse in Isaiah 61 says, and the year of vengeance of our God. And Jesus chooses to stop short of that second part of the verse. He ends with the Lord's favor and not with the vengeance of God. And I think that this is super important for us to know that Jesus, as he proclaims his ministry and his mission, he proclaims a kind of gospel that is a gospel of favor and grace and not one of judgment. And so I wanted to share this with you today just so that we can think about the quality and the intention and the purpose of Jesus' ministry and presence. I'm not sure where this meets you today in your own life and your understanding of God and where God is in your life. But I want to speak this word of truth to you today, that God is a God of grace, a God who gives us what we don't deserve. He lavishes on us love, and he fulfills his promises to us. And so as you pray, as you enter and continue entering into the season of Advent and Christmas, I pray that you just let this message nuance your own understandings of where God is in your life and what God might be saying to you. May God continue to fill us with grace and peace. And God bless you, St. John's. I look forward to seeing you soon.